Hi there and welcome to another video. In the last two videos, I showed you how to set up virtual machines on VirtualBox, and then I showed you how to set up a Kubernetes cluster using kubeadm. In this video, I'm just going to go through the steps of how you can add a worker node to your cluster. So I showed you how to set up the control node and the worker node, but I want to add a second worker node. So if I was to come to my control plane and do kubectl get nodes -o wide, you're going to see that we have two nodes, the control node and the worker one. I'm going to add a second worker node. I've done all the steps as indicated here. So in the last two videos, of course, I used this to deploy my Kubernetes cluster. So just go through the steps to set up your worker node. I'm not going to do this in the video, but you can follow the steps as I followed in the last video. So the only thing you're going to skip when you're working on your worker node is that. You're not going to do that. So skip that. You're going to do everything up to this point for installing Kubernetes, kubectl, kubeadm, and kubelet. You're going to reach there. Once you reach there, the only next thing you're going to do is how to join. Okay, join the cluster. Let's go ahead and see how you can join your cluster. You've set up your worker node. Make sure everything is okay with your worker node up to that point. After setting up your worker node, you should go to the control node and then print the join command that you can use here. So it's been a couple of days since I set up the cluster. That means that I'm going to have to generate a new join command. You don't really have to go and look for this. If you already know that you're going to start with kubeadm, and of course you're going to use kubeadm to join the cluster. So you can just search for the exact command like this, kubeadm -h, and we want something to do with token. So we can continue on. Control L, we want to find the exact command that we need, and then token. Let's see the help for that. kubeadm token -h. Kubeadm token, what can we do with the token? We need to create a token, create bootstrap tokens on the server. So we're going to create the token. So I'll do Control L, clear the screen, come back again, and then we're going to search for help for create. We're trying to figure out the exact command that we need. So kubeadm token create -h. If you want to print a join command for a control node, then you're going to have to add that right there. I need to print it, the exact line. So I'm going to use this print join command. So just remember, if you want to join a control node, make sure you add that one as well. But we want to join a worker node. So I'm just going to do Control L, clear the screen. I'm going to print that print join command, and this is a command we need to print our join command, to create it and print it. So I'm going to enter, and there we go. It has created a join command that we can use on our worker node. So if you have a worker node you want to join to the cluster, copy this, and then you're going to need sudo shift insert, enter. All right, you can see this node has joined the cluster. So let's go back to our cluster, Control L, go back to the control node. I want to look at kubectl. I want to do kubectl get nodes. So I don't have to type it again. I can just search for it. And to search on bash, you can do Control R. And I can remember I typed no. So I can search for no. And there we go. So this is a command I want to run. I'm just going to press enter. If you don't find it, you can press Control R to see if you're going to find another search result. So just do Control R. If you want to get out of this, you can do Control C, or you can press enter to run the command. And when I run the command, I will make the screen wide and just run the command again. Enter. And now you can see we have worker 2 and worker 1. So this is going to take just a bit of time to be ready. And once it is ready, you can use it to run your workloads. So I'm just going to see if it is ready. And yes, now it is ready. You can use it to run your workloads. Sometimes it's important to have more than one worker node, so that when you're upgrading your cluster and you have to drain the node, that is remove all the workloads from it, they will have somewhere else to go. The workloads can go to another worker node. So that's why it's important to have at least 2 worker nodes. That way you can upgrade one node, and then once you're done upgrading it, you can make it available and then go to the other worker node and upgrade that worker node. All right, so that's it for this video. If you have any question, feel free to let me know.